Some might say that I'm a loner, but I just call it being free.
Hey everyone, I'm Calvin with Southern Country Living.
And I'm Marie.
And we hope everyone is doing great today. This is our Sunday chat for July the 13th of 2025. And it has really been a hot week this week, hasn't it, Marie?
Really?
Temperatures every day are up into the 90s. We've been getting little pop-up thunderstorms every evening and lots of sunshine. And even though we have got pop-up thunderstorms and rain, we hadn't got that much rain, have we? It's just been small amounts.
It's been raining all around, but we just hadn't got ours yet.
Yeah, Kim called me last night and said they were having a good storm. And I said, it's not even sprinkling here at our house. But this week we've had quite a few things going on, and we're going to try to cover as much as we can. But first we want to do the devotion, and Marie's going to do the devotion. It's on Matthew 5:25, and it's entitled The High Road.
Okay. It says, settle matters quickly with your adversary who is taking you to court. Do it while you are still together on the way, or your adversary may hand you over to the judge, and the judge may hand you over to the officer, and you may be thrown into prison. And then at the bottom, William Gunner, he says, peace of a conscience is nothing but the echo of pondering mercy. And that's so true. We can do something bad or, not in God's way that he wants us to do things. And then our conscience can really trouble us really bad if we are Christian, and sometimes even if you're not a Christian, you do something bad, your conscience can really trouble you. But and what Jesus offers is mercy, and so he died on the cross for us, and if we believe in him and accept his mercy and accept his forgiveness and everything, then we have someone that we can go to that can help us when our conscience is troubling us and we are out of line with God. So we're thankful for God's mercy. So now I'm going to read the devotion. It says, Jesus is all about healthy relationships. You hear that often in his teaching. Settle differences with people quickly and calmly. Yes, and especially with your Christian brothers. Don't take them to court unless, there's just no other way that the differences can be settled. But I don't think that I would take a Christian brother to court on almost any circumstances. But you never know until you, in the moment, you never know what you're going to do. But it's here, Jesus is advising us to settle our differences. Swallow your pride and take the lead to talk things out. You know that when you ignore problems, they grow bigger and bigger. They certainly do, don't they? I know when I ignore problems, that seems to be what happens. It says, which will you take a lot more time and energy to solve? Take the high road, which is the road Jesus modeled, and settle your differences calmly. And I think that's the good way to take it also. When you follow Jesus' instructions, you can't go wrong.
Amen. That's a good devotion, Marie, and it's good advice to everybody. Needs to take the high road to all of your problems and solve them that way.
Yes, instead of going to court.
Yes, I agree with you. Let me get a little
and
drink.
Especially when you're dealing with a Christian brother. The world likes to take people to court on just about everything. Y'all hear those court cases on TV. Some of them are quite ridiculous why they're going to court. But just settle your differences and make amends with your brother, and that's the high road.
Okay, Marie, you want to show the cards that you got this week?
Yes, this right here is from Judy, and she sent me some more coasters because there were some holidays that she says she thought that she didn't send, and this is the cutest little bunny. I just love it. And I have a little yellow one. And then these right here, they look like they're fall. I just love these. I love her work too. And then St. Patrick's Day. So thank you so much. They're just so nice, and I'm going to be using them for all the special occasions. And thank you for that nice letter you sent and the recipe. I've never tried that recipe, but I'm thinking that I might try it soon. Okay, and then I got some more mail this week. I got some from Sue. I got a card from Sue. She says, as you go through your day in your typical way, there is something you probably should know. You're on somebody's mind who is praying. You'll find precious blessings wherever you go. And I also want to mention on praying this week, we thank you for everyone praying for Lori. She's doing much better, and her surgery she had turned out good. And I think she may be going to get to go home from the hospital soon. If she hadn't already, I hadn't heard today's report, actually. And I like this verse down here on this card. It says, if God cares so wonderfully for flowers that are here today and gone tomorrow, won't he more surely care for you? And I really like that scripture. It's Matthew 6:30. It just shows, this verse just shows how God is taking care of the flowers, and how that are here today and gone tomorrow, and he will surely take care of you. So that's very comforting to know in this troubled world. Anyway, so we got a card from, and I'm sorry I'm losing my voice. Y'all know I deal with allergies. So excuse me. And we got this card from Christy, and she sent us a picture of her and her son. So I know what she looks like now. We talk to the camera, but we just don't know what y'all all look like y'all do us. And she sent a nice note in here, and she wants us to pray for our leaders. Also, we got one from Kathy, and this right here was a thank you note. And we appreciate you, but you didn't have to do that. But you're a sweet lady, so thank you so much.
Okay, Marie, let you rest your voice just a second now. See if I can get mine tired.
Also, while I was doing my whole devotional and everything, the enemy was trying to give me all kinds of trouble with my voice and everything. He didn't want that to get out, I don't guess, today.
Probably not. Okay. Marie, and also we want to remember to pray for everyone that's in the Purple Prayer Book.
Yes.
And we did have some good praise reports this week, and so we're thankful for those. And we have this in the Purple Prayer Book, but also want to remind everyone to pray for all the flood victims and the families of those victims. In Texas, that was just a horrible tragedy that occurred out there. And since then, there's been some more floods, I think, in South Carolina, and there's also been some floods in New Mexico. And this time of year, you can get some hard rainstorms, and it don't take much to flood real quick. Here where we live, our hometown is Rome, Georgia, and there's two main rivers that come into the downtown part of Rome, Georgia, and they converge into one river. It's the Oostenaula River and the Etowah. They come together and form the Coosa. And during some hard rain and bad weather, it's real easy for that area to flood downtown. And way back in the 1800s, they built a big levee system to keep the water from flooding the town so bad. And so I have seen it flood all the way up into what used to be the River Bend Mile. And I remember that very well when it flooded that year. And I worked at the cable company, so I was around at a lot of homes that was affected by the flood. And I went into one house over in South Rome where the water was inside the house. It was 7 foot deep inside of the house. And a lot of people had to deal with that. But as bad as all that was just rising flood water. That's not the same as the Russian flood water that just tears houses down and just rips trees out of the ground, everything. As far as I know, we haven't had anything like that in our hometown. They could have been hundreds of years ago, but nothing that we know of recently.
No, and one of the rivers that he's talking about was right down from my house. And I had seen it flooded the highway, but we lived up sort of on a little hill so our house never did get flooded when we were dealing with those types of floods. But one of the rivers that he's talking about is one that would overflow into our area also.
Yeah, it was right there at your house, wasn't it? And we're going to go, a couple of you mentioned one day when we were driving, and Marie said that she lived up that street. And one day we're going to take a good drive through Rome, and we're going to show you the actual house that Marie lived in and growed up as a girl. And we'll take you all around that neighborhood because it's got a lot of historical houses, especially up on the hill close to the Rome City Clock, don't it? Okay. I think we've already mentioned this, but the heat has really been rough for this last couple of weeks. So y'all, watch out for yourself, take care of yourself, but also check on your neighbors and check on your friends and relatives, because especially the elderly people, the heat can really be hard on them. And I'm not calling myself elderly, but I'm 72, going to be 73 very soon. And I had problems with dehydration this week my own self. And normally I've never had dehydration problems until just this last year.
Normally he doesn't have them, but I do. But I didn't this week.
And this week Marie hadn't been dehydrated, but there were 2 days that I was dehydrated this week. And it was tough, but I'm doing good now. And so what we do, one of the things we do to sort of try to avoid the heat is we get up and we leave and go do our errands as early as we can. And so, and try to get home. We like to be back home by 12 or 1 o'clock. If we're still out there at 3 or 4, it's just too unbearable.
But, 90 degrees is a far cry from 110 that some of y'all are experiencing right now too. So y'all probably think that that's a cold wave.
Yeah, we hear them temperatures up in the hundreds.
Yes.
Okay, this week our great-grandchildren came by to visit with us, and they just loved the bags that Marie fixed up for them. Let me get a quick drink. All 5 of them came by, and they really loved those bags, Marie. That was such a good idea that you had to do that, and they appreciate them. And I think they've came by 2 or 3 times this week, so we've got to see them quite a bit.
And Addison also, too. She came by some.
Yeah, all 5 of them did.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so what I was going to say, Marie, when the great-grandchildren come by, Marie, she just showers them with drinks and snacks, gifts, playtime, and love. So, Marie, I think you should get the award for being the great-grandmother of the year.
Well,
so,
thank you.
Congratulations. But all the grandchildren, they just love Marie. And when they come to the door, first thing they say is, we come to see Nana. And so, I think it's wonderful. And what Marie does, I mentioned playtime. Marie loves to play with them with dolls. And if you've seen the doll that Marie bought the other day for Addison just absolutely loved that doll. And so Marie and Addison was playing for a long time. She gets down in the floor with them and plays. I can't do that.
Well, I can't do it as good as I used to.
Okay. My Gerald brother, he's doing real good right now. And he's dealing with this heat fine, no problems at all. His bed is right beside the air conditioner, so his side of the room stays colder than the other side.
Yeah.
But he's doing great. And then I mentioned I was dehydrated a couple of days this week. I was dehydrated a couple of days this week. And Marie, you're doing pretty good, except for you've been having a little trouble with your hip area.
Really not no different trouble than I usually do. I just have a certain amount of steps that I can get in, and then I'm okay. But when I reach that, I guess that magic number, then that's when my arthritic hip it kicks in. And so, but I can do almost anything around the house, you know. And then whenever I've been walking too much, I just sit down and rest a little bit and then get right back up and go again.
Go again, yeah. So it's a combination of arthritis and your sciatic nerve both give you a little trouble, don't they?
Yeah, my sciatic nerve has improved so much though, but it still kicks up every once in a while.
Yeah, those shots that you took last year have helped, haven't they?
They helped then, but you know, I'm not going right now, and but I'm not really needing to.
Okay, so now let's take a few minutes and go over the videos that we did last week. Marie, the first video we had last week, by the way, we had a total of 6 videos, and the first one was our Sunday chat, and it was entitled Real Comfort. And I'll put you a picture up here for that. The second video that we had last week, Marie, was the sunshine salad and the ranch pork chops.
Yes.
And to me, that sunshine salad was so good, but it seems like that it's been a month since you made it. I'm missing it. I really enjoyed
It's only been
that.
a couple of days.
Yeah, but you know, that was so good. I could go in there at nighttime and get me just a small bowl of it, and it made a wonderful snack.
You can also use the sugar-free pudding.
Make it that way.
Yeah, I didn't have it at that time, or I would have used it for you.
Yeah, that would make it better.
Yeah.
And those pork chops were so delicious. The seasoning on them was just really good.
And probably everyone has that in their house. They probably have ranch dressing, pork chops, and potatoes. So it's just a real easy recipe, weeknight recipe, and you can put it on early in the morning and have it late in the evening, and no sweat from turning on your oven.
Okay, and the next video we did was the Dollar Tree shopping haul video. On that particular video, we went to Dollar Tree and we were inside the store, and Marie walked because they don't have scooters inside the store, but we were in there for just a little bit over 2 hours.
Yes, and I walk slow, and this is just another thing that's hard to understand. I didn't have any problems that particular time, so there's no rhyme or reason to when my hip wants to act up.
But on that video, I was able to edit it down, so you only seen about 55 minutes. But that was a long video, 55 minutes. But we were in there. That was the first time we'd been to Dollar Tree doing a haul in over 6 weeks. So it ended up taking a while, didn't it, Marie?
Yeah.
Plus, that was the day you bought all the things for the great-grandchildren to fix up those 5 bags.
Yeah.
And that takes a lot of time to hand pick out all the gifts for all of them. Yeah. Okay, our next video was the beef tips and rice with mushrooms. And that was another meal that we made in the crock pot. And it's so nice to have a wonderful meal when you come home that's in the crock pot ready to eat.
Right.
And that day we served it with rice. But then the leftovers the next day, we made some cream potatoes and had it with cream potatoes. And I loved it. It was good both ways. I like it either way.
We've made beef tips a lot, but we like it. That's one of our favorite meals.
It is. Okay, the next video we did was the McDonald's $5 meal deal. And we went up to McDonald's, got 2 of the $5 meal deals and took them over to the Ridge Ferry Park. And Marie, she got the, we got, one of them was a chicken sandwich meal, and the other one was the double cheeseburger meal. And we took each one of them, cut them in half. So she had half of each one, and I did too. And it was a really good meal. I liked the cheeseburger better than I did the chicken.
I did too.
Yeah, and but now the week before we had went to Checkers. So comparing just those 2 restaurants, the Checkers meal was the best. I feel like it was better than the McDonald's meal.
Right.
And plus the Checkers only cost $4. But our plans are this coming week we're going to go to Wendy's, and then we've got several suggestions that people wants to try. They want to try Dairy Queen and Arby's. One person mentioned Kentucky Fried Chicken. And do you remember, Marie, used to back several years ago, we would go to Kentucky Fried Chicken and get that. I believe back then it was a $5 meal.
Yeah, and you got a cookie with it.
Yeah, and that was really good, wasn't it? But
It was, but I was dealing with some heavy stuff back then, and so I wasn't eating very much. But when I got to feeling good, I started really enjoying it.
Yes, and there's a couple other places that we're going to try different meal deals, but we'll plan on just doing one a week.
Yeah.
And depending on the heat, if it's too hot, we may just eat them inside instead of going somewhere for a picnic, because it was extremely hot this last week. That was the day I ended up getting dehydrated.
They also have some $7 meals.
Arby's.
Yeah. And let's see, where? Yes, Arby's.
Okay. Then our next video that we did was the sandwich for dinner. Now that was actually a throwback video. We had made that video last year, and I made that sandwich. That's your best meal deal dinner there is, Marie. Make your own sandwich and cut it in half and share it. But do you remember
Straight
that?
from Calvin and Marie's kitchen, right?
Right. Do you remember that meal deal?
Yeah.
That didn't cost us much then, but you do have to go to the store and buy all the ingredients before you make it, so it can get fairly expensive on you. Okay, Marie, that's pretty much all I have for this week. Do you have anything else that you'd like to add to it?
And I just once, again, remember everyone in the Purple Prayer Book, and there's been some tragic things that happened in the Purple Prayer Book this week. So y'all please, keep the Purple Prayer Book and y'all's thoughts and prayers this week. And also, I just want to wish everyone a good weekend, and y'all have a great day today. And so we'll see you on the next video, and y'all do what you love and love what you do. You have anything else, Calvin?
That you got it, Marie.
Okay, bye, y'all.
When I'm with you, I feel like I'm inside a rainbow. When I'm with you, I feel like I'm inside a rainbow. The days are dull and gray all the time when you're away, and the nights are as long as they are dark. I keep checking the time like it will make the tellers move faster, but they don't care how long I stare. Things are still bad right in
Yeah, try a bite of that, and it's good. There's a clean spoon. That's good. It's very good. Definitely both brands.
Cheese.